Hey friends, welcome back to the Millennial Mama Memo, your weekly memo from your favorite Millennial Mama therapist. I'm Lauren. I'm a late diagnosed ADHDer, mom of two, licensed therapist, and founder of Millennial Mama Therapy. I created this space for moms just like me who are figuring out who they are on the other side of motherhood. I work with moms all throughout California, and I also offer 2 free virtual support groups that are available to moms anywhere. If you're a regular, welcome back. And if you're new, I'm so glad that you found me. Let's get into it. As always, we're going to start off with the Millennial Mama Mix, which is a little bit of everything on my radar as a millennial mom in person. And I want to start today by reiterating something we talked about before, and that is make the damn appointments. I said in May that we are not having the damn appointments in May because May-cember is insane. But now that May-cember is behind us, it is time to make those damn appointments and actually go to those damn appointments. And what do I mean by that? I mean, think about all the appointments you make for your child: vaccines, blood work, physicals, dental exams, dermatology, you name it, right? I need you to make those for yourself. If you are not, functional, then you can't take care of your kids either. And they need us to show up. So we need to make sure that we are healthy, that we are taken care of, so that way we can continue showing up for them. Taking care of you is not selfish. You may have heard that saying that self-care is not selfish. And making the damn appointments, honestly, is not necessarily self-care. Like, it's not like, let's go have a bubble bath and relax, but it is self-care in the sense that we are making sure that at a baseline, you are taken care of, that at a baseline, you are able to function the way that you need to. Practically speaking, our kids can't drive a car. So if you are not feeling well and can't drive the car to go to the store to get groceries, like, how are we going to get groceries? I mean, Walmart delivery or whatever, but you know what I mean. So let's make the damn appointments. Let's start with what are those basic maintenance things we need to do: physicals, dental cleanings, things like that, and work our way up to other things like dermatology checks. Maybe if you're having some specific symptoms that are challenging or uncomfortable for you, talking with your PCP about those things and getting referrals into specialists. I want to remind you guys of one of my recommendations from the last time we talked about this. If making the damn appointments feels really challenging, valid, body double. Find a friend, find somebody else who needs to make the damn appointments, and sit together and make those calls, send those emails, do that reaching out, get them scheduled, because once they're on your schedule in a regular rotation, it's so much easier to stay in the habit of doing them. And before you leave the appointment, once you actually have it, do not leave the office until you have scheduled your next one. That just takes that task off your plate later down the road. It's done, it's scheduled, it's on the calendar. You don't have to worry about it. So hopefully this first round of scheduling the damn appointments is the most labor intensive, and then it's easier down the road to just maintain this system that you have put into place. Welcome to Pink Couch Post-its. These are updates, hot takes, and things worth knowing from the Millennial Mama universe. Today, I want to talk to you about accelerated resolution therapy intensives. So I've talked to you guys before about accelerated resolution therapy, how it's this really phenomenal, gentle, effective, fast form of therapy. It's kind of like EMDR on steroids. If you are familiar with EMDR, I mention EMDR because it has been the gold standard for trauma treatment, memory reconsolidation, symptom relief for years. And I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but accelerated resolution therapy is better. And here's why. EMDR takes 8 to 12 weeks, 8 to 12 sessions to work through the entire treatment protocol. Accelerated resolution therapy works through the entire treatment protocol in just one session, meaning people feel significant relief after just one session of ART that they don't experience with EMDR. And I'm not saying that EMDR is crap, and I'm not saying that EMDR doesn't work. EMDR practitioners, please don't come for me. I'm just saying that depending on what you are looking for and what your needs and values are, ART might be a better fit for your needs than EMDR, and that's okay. ART can be done in one session. So why am I packaging it as an intensive? What I have noticed is that when I have had clients come in to do a one-off ART session, we still spend a decent amount of time talking about the thing that they want to process. I think that even though with ART, you don't have to verbally process what it is that you want resolved, there's still a part of us that sometimes we want to talk about it. And so rather than that taking away from your treatment time with the ART, I've decided to package it as an intensive where we have a built-in intake session where we get to talk about it as much as you would like to talk about it. I get to get a little bit more background information so I can do some of that protocol prepping, selecting what we're going to do, all of that. That way, then when we go into treatment, you and I are on the same page. We are going in with a plan. So you get that intake session where we're going to chat about things. You get the first ART session, which is a 2-hour treatment. And then you also get a second ART session, which is a 2-hour treatment. Most folks really only need the first one, but I like to include the second one in the intensive. So that way, if there is anything else that you want to clear out that feels unresolved, or if after you've resolved that first thing you came into target, maybe something else pops up, you get to clear that out. And then we wrap up the intensive with a integration and resourcing session, and where we talk about, hey, how are you feeling now? What are the changes you have seen? And we also talk about what are next steps that feel good to continue supporting you. Do you want to do talk therapy? Do you want to do talk therapy with me? Do you want to do it with somebody else? Maybe you don't need therapy at all because you're feeling so much better, but you need a referral for pelvic floor PT, or you need a referral for something else. You need information about how to find childcare in our area. I love being a connector. I love helping people get connected with the things that they need. I love collaborating with my local provider friends and being able to refer to them because they all offer so many fabulous services that are designed specifically to support moms. So all that is to say, with the ART intensive, you get 6 hours of clinical care. The intensive is designed to be done over the course of 4 to 6 weeks. You do have up to 3 months or 12 weeks to use the entire package. What I really love about this intensive package is that it combines the best of talk therapy and accelerated resolution therapy. So you get fast, targeted results, but in the safety of a structured short-term therapeutic relationship with resourcing, next step planning, etc., all built into it all in one. And again, this is built specifically around the experiences that moms often deal with silently, quietly in the background for way too long before they get help. So think about things like trauma, birth trauma, pregnancy and child loss, infertility, IVF, postpartum anxiety, depression, OCD, overwhelm, executive dysfunction, ADHD. A lot of us are getting diagnosed as neurodiverse after becoming moms, mom rage, and also just that grief that motherhood hasn't turned out the way that you thought it would. ART is so excellent for all of those. And an ART intensive is perfect if you haven't been able to access or don't want to do talk therapy, because it is not for everybody, or if you need relief faster than what talk therapy can provide. I often say that talk therapy is kind of like going on a road trip. We have a end goal where we want to arrive and maybe some things we want to see or do along the way, but the way of getting there is kind of meandering. Accelerated resolution therapy intensives are targeted. They are like a weekend road trip that you are taking to see your favorite band. There is a goal behind why you're going on this trip, but it's also time bound. It's intentionally short. It's intentionally to have this experience and come out and then move on with your life, leaving behind that emotional baggage that you don't want to be carrying anymore. An ART intensive with me includes a total of 6 hours of clinical care split out over 4 appointments. It's designed to be completed over 4 to 6 weeks, but you have up to 12 weeks to complete the entire package. They can be done virtually or in person, but you do have to be a California resident in order to access this service, and you must be physically located in California to receive these services. I offer 4 intensive slots each month, so if you are interested in this, I recommend going to the link in my bio and booking a consultation call so we can start chatting as soon as possible and get you on the books. Moving on to the favorites folder. This is good things that I can't stop talking about that you should know about. So something about me as a mom with ADHD, I love a good life hack. I love a hack that is so simple, it's almost stupid, especially when it has like the most ridiculous results. An example of this that I've already shared before is my sock hack. That's the kind of stuff that I love. So one of the places where I have gotten tips and tools in the past is this book. This was recommended to me by my therapist, and you can see that this is my personal copy because Nora colored all over it. Motherhood. This is Organizing Solutions for People with ADHD. And what I love about this book is that it is written by a home organizer. Her husband and her daughter both have ADHD. And so she has taken all of the like tools and tips and best practices that she has from being a home organizer and adapted them to work for folks with ADHD, because typical home organizing techniques do not work for us. We have object impermanence, meaning we set something down and we can't remember where it went. If it's in a cupboard and it's not visible, that thing may as well not exist. And that's how we end up with, 7 bottles of Windex or like ridiculous amounts of cereal because we don't see it. We forget about it. So I really love this book, highly recommend it. Honestly, even just for moms, I often say that the Venn diagram of the symptoms of motherhood, overwhelm, executive dysfunction, burnout, and the symptoms of ADHD, executive dysfunction, burnout, etc., it's a circle. So even if you do not have ADHD, a lot of the tools and techniques and tips in here are going to be helpful for you because you are a mom, because you have young kids, because you are having to executively function, not just on your own behalf, but on behalf of tiny humans. Now we're coming into one last thing, which is where I share all the ways that we can work together. If you are a millennial mom in California, I would love to work with you. If you know that you want to work with me, there are 2 ways to start the journey, and you get to pick your own adventure. One, if you already know that you want to do clinical work with me, so talk therapy or an accelerated resolution therapy intensive, you need to book a consultation call. It is free. It's 20 minutes. You can go to the link in my bio and self-book. And if you are not sure what you need, but you want a space to chat through what resources might be right for you and leave a call with resources, warm referrals, and planned out next steps, book a resourcing call. This is where my connectedness gets to shine. I get to learn more about you and what's going on. I highly recommend that you be either a Sacramento local mom or a California mom because those are where I have the most connections and resources. However, resourcing calls are not clinical calls. So if you are out of state, you absolutely can book that with me as well. And we will do the best we can to find resources in your area. I'm actively booking resourcing calls and consultation calls. So head to the link in my bio to view the availability for both and to self-book. All right, friends, that's your Millennial Mama memo for the week. Head to the link in my bio to subscribe to my newsletter in case you missed the memo so you never miss the memo. And I will see you next week.